What's up,
Oh
guys?
yeah.
Welcome to this webisode of OG 55. Today we are talking about Superman at Six Flags Magic Mountain permanently closing forever. I got with me OG 55 right over here, and then I have down below, I have the man, Theme Park Wizard. Thank you so much for joining, brother. I really appreciate it. So Wizard, this is actually, so I want to talk about this because this is actually big news. This ride has been a staple and like really a kind of an icon at Six Flags Magic Mountain. So what's your first thought on this news, buddy?
Well, the first thought is, wow. It's the first thing you see when you get off or from the freeway. It's like, wow, this thing is huge. But second, it's like, wow, this thing is loud. And three, it's not too surprising because it's been closed for several months now as they can't get the parts for it. And this coaster opened in 1997. And by Intamin. Intamin also makes things like Velocicoaster. So they actually don't make the coaster anymore, so they can't get the parts, and it's too expensive to maintain. It's not surprising, but I'm very interested to see what they'll do. I mean, they're going to keep Lex Luthor, the drop tower, so that should stay. But I'm very curious what they'll do with the rest of the structure, if anything. They said for now it'll just stay the same, but that makes the rest of that area up there on the mountain pretty dull because there's not much going on over there. So I'm very curious what's happening with the whole rest of the top of the mountain there, Samurai Summit, and what entails with Superman.
Yes, yes, exactly. And real quick, I just actually want to share this too, guys.
Absolutely.
So, OG, when was the last time you've been to Six Flags, brother? Because last time I've been I was like 16. I went twice. Fortunately by my dad, because this is the type of park. It's a very cool park for what it offers. But for me, OG, I am not a huge thrill junkie, and I'm scared of these rides. I've never been on Superman. I walked under it, a few times, but I was never going to go on that ride. However, like we see here, right, permanently closing is popular but troubled Superman roller coaster. So OG, what do you think? Like, have you been to Six Flags? Like, what do you think is going to replace this, if you replace it, and whatnot?
The last time I was at Six Flags was Yeah, no, actually, it was Nevuary, never first, 19, never.
So much he doesn't even dream about it.
It's a nightmare. Exactly. I've never been to Six Flags.
It's like gift shop, the theme park.
Exactly, Wizard. That's why I don't go, because I would be in every gift shop waiting for everybody to get off the rides. I've never been. I've been to Hurricane Harbor though. But never the Magic Mountain. But I mean, this is interesting though. They're getting rid of Superman. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of interesting too, because I feel like this is, look, we just saw that there was this giant merger between Six Flags and Cedar Fair, right? So I feel like they're making moves here. They're making moves with their parks. Magic Mountain is making a lot of changes. Even they just recently updated their signage for the
and actually that looks fantastic.
Looks really good. Looks really good. So they're making changes. But I mean, do you guys think that like this is indicative of a bigger pullback of the Warner Brothers properties, or is this more of like an isolated incident? What do you think, Wizard?
I think it's an isolated incident only because at another Six Flags park they opened a pretty cool new DC themed area with a people mover. Well, it's a monorail, but it acts like a people mover. Here at Six Flags, I'm sure they'll slap the Superman name on something else. But this one, if the coaster wasn't so old, or if they just rethemed it, I'd be like, okay, maybe. But since it was just so old and so expensive, I think, and they're keeping Lex Luthor, I think they'll just slap the Superman name on something else. I know Tatsu just got a repaint, but I wouldn't be surprised if they repainted Tatsu again. Then that becomes Superman in 2027 or something. But very interesting, because it is funny though, because the Superman movie comes out this July. So,
true.
I mean, to try to get some synergy, they should have just kept it open at least for the summertime, but I guess they don't care, or couldn't.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Wizard. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, James Gunn, his highly anticipated Superman movie is coming out this summer, and now's the time to have a Superman ride. I mean, you could have really sold that merch, but like it says here in the article, though, I mean, it was very, very troubled. This attraction had a lot of maintenance issues and stuff, so maybe it just mounted up to a point where they were like, you know what, it's not worth the cost. We're gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, because it was closed for several months. But even when it was open, it would be open like I'd say every other visit I went, it would be open. If that, like sometimes it just would be closed all the time. If it was windy or it just wouldn't open that day or whatever the reason, or sometimes one of the sides would there's two sides. Sometimes like I can't remember actually the last time I saw both sides like running at the same time. It's usually one or the other. So that right, yeah, definitely the problems. But and it's ironic because it actually has one of the nicer queues. It has a fully indoor themed queue, and that
Wow.
there's like one of 3 attractions at Six Flags that has that. It's like an absolute rarity. So it does kind of sucks for that reason because it does have very nice themed queue, and obviously it gets very hot in Valencia. So people that do like Six Flags, that's a nice spot to get away from the sunshine because AC blasting in there. So it does suck to lose an unfortunate queue. Maybe because they did say they're not doing anything with it so far. Hopefully, if Six Flags is nice and cares about customers, they can go ahead and open up the queue area just as a maybe like a relaxation to get out of the sun thing in the summertime since it's just going to be there anyway.
Yeah, no, well said, well said. Have you heard anything, Wizard, too, about like the Six Flags Cedar Fair, like kind of like blueprint for the future? Like, are they going to continue this model with Six Flags where it's a lot of roller coasters, or do you think we'll ever get into more themed entertainment, like more themed dark rides and attractions for this park now that they're under new ownership?
I'm very curious because so far it's been the close. It's funny, Cedar Fair took over, and if you notice, they closed several roller coasters have closed over the past year and a half, and they've all been at Six Flags parks, which is kind of hilarious. So
Yeah.
Cedar Fair parks are chilling, but like Six Flags Great Adventure had 5 rides closed, and other Six Flags parks had things closed. So I think right now they're trying to get rid of these higher maintenance coasters, older coasters that mostly are in Six Flags parks. Because Cedar Fair, like I said, it's better maintained and better themed, so they don't really have too many old rides. And the older rides they do have are pretty maintained. Like again, the log ride at Knott's Berry Farm is an old ride, but that's pretty well maintained. So, but Six Flags obviously it struggles with that. So they're just kind of, I think, getting rid of some older coasters at Six Flags first, but hopefully some beautification. I did hear of some plans to add more entertainment maybe to the park and add some more greenery and shade and stuff, and just more aesthetic, make it more aesthetically pleasing. So hopefully that comes with some newer attractions.
No, Wizard. So, Six Flags Magic Mountain just recently opened up, like last year or so. The new Wonder Woman coaster, right?
Yes,
With
that was
this,
in 2022.
okay, so a few years ago. With this Superman ride closing, right? Because if we look, if we look, oh gee, I'm not sure if we can see bring that up real quick. Right here, right? It's
Mhm.
just a point time where we need to make a wise decision on where we should really reinvest funds that improve the guest experience the most.
Mhm.
So, do you think, with that being said, do you think that we could get a new Superman roller coaster? Because if you look at other Six Flags parks, they have a Superman roller coaster, but it's not like the one we have here, where it's the car and it just goes straight up the track and back
Mhm.
down. It's an actual roller coaster. Do you think Magic Mountain will build a whole new roller coaster for Superman?
Well, here's the interesting thing about that. Like what Wizard said a little bit ago, with the James Gunn movie comes out this summer, I think in July, or I'm mistaken, June or
Yeah,
July.
July. Yeah.
So if that movie does banger numbers, if that movie is a $1 billion movie, I'm sure Six Flags, they have those DC theme park rights.
Mhm.
They're gonna capitalize on that. So it wouldn't shock me if we get a new Superman thing, especially if that James Gunn movie is really successful.
But I
agree, and I feel like since the Wonder Woman kind of took up a lot of space in the DC area, so I feel like, and it's funny, the Superman coaster is so far away from the DC area that it makes sense now that the DC area is gone because it doesn't make thematic sense. Superman is actually part of Samurai Summit, though it should have an Asian theme, but for the DC area, I feel like they'd have to just either demolish something or repaint something and rename it, which they would probably go with the latter version. Maybe like is Riddler's Revenge. Maybe they can repaint and rename that one. Superman, or just make Superman somewhere else and one of the other lands like they did before. But yeah, they definitely have to demolish them. I feel like actually they demolished Riddler's Revenge. That's another old coaster, and people don't let the stand up one. You stand up, and it hurts. It hurts people's ball sacks. Let's just say. So, like that is the main complaint. So, people, it doesn't get very good reviews. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's next on the chopping block, because that's a really big plot of land, so they can demolish that and build a brand new Superman coaster, and that's spot if they wanted to in the future.
Yeah, people were getting off that thing. It was
that's right. Yeah, they give you free wheelchairs when you get off.
well, speaking of like big plots of space and old coasters, Viper, and I know it's not Superman related, but Viper is another old coaster that really shakes you around, or so I've heard, and it's not really comfortable to ride on. So, there's a lot of attractions or rides at Six Flags that are older. For example, Revolution, old coaster, but that got a revitalization through like the VR thing and whatnot. So,
and it got even new trains, so that now it's much more comfortable.
Oh yeah, see, there you go. So
Viper, let me tell you something about Viper. Never been on a thing that has 7 loops, so I'll never go on that thing. But looking at it, like I was waiting in line, and I went with my friends. Went on it, so I waited with them, and I just went over the train. And they're like, "Are you going on?" I'm like, heck no. I went to the exit, but I stepped in the train, and that thing has. I think the Matterhorn has better seatbelts than that thing. I mean, it's very flimsy. I'm like, you really expect me? Even if I've considered going on this thing, I can fly right out. I feel like there's like the seatbelts like this. There's no like over the shoulder restraint. It seems like, what is going on here? So yeah, that thing just looks scary from the seat design. So yeah, and it is rough. So I wouldn't be surprised if that goes away, because that's a humongous plot of land too.
Yeah, exactly. But Wizard, I'm really glad you came on, because I know that you've been going to Six Flags a lot and more often now and doing coverage, and I know that you're going to be
join me, right?
On those. No, not at all. Wizard, you're talking to the biggest chicken shit when it comes to like
look. All I do is I go and I film and I walk around. Sometimes I get a they got it's not a Cinnabon, that other thing they have one with a pier. It's like
funnel cake.
Yes, funnel cake. Yes, so good. Okay. They actually have very good funnel cakes there, and I get it on my way out, and then I leave.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're doing, I'm down for that. I like to watch people on the rides instead of actually being on it, because it's just too high. Because I'm too high, so to me, all those rides are no go. But I do know that you are going to Six Flags soon to do the coverage for Superman, right?
Yes. Well, I was gonna go this weekend, but I couldn't. I actually went to Universal with OG instead.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back. They're building a new coaster for 2026, which is rumored to be a replacement for the Ninja coaster, which will probably be the next one to go.
Ooh, okay.
So I'll be there, and like in sometime next month. They're just not really working fast. They're taking the Tron approach. So I'll probably in the next couple months to check it out. No, they're just in the dirt phase, and we all the dirt phase that they just push dirt around. It takes a little while, just like Avengers. They're pushing dirt, it'll take a little while. So
they're taking this pile of dirt and moving it over here. They're taking that pile of dirt and moving it over here.
We did something, guys.
Awesome. Well, hey, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. It's great talking about this, because I do think this was an important topic to discuss or have interest in, because, again, this ride has been there forever. And I'm really curious to see where it's going to go forward. Wizard, thank you so much for joining me, and OG, you too. Wizard, if you can let everybody at home know where they can find you and your travel agency at.
Yes.
You can find me at Theme Park Wizard everywhere. On Blue Sky, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And hey, yes, if you want to book a trip with me like Mr. Webba is going to, then you can go ahead and DM me at Theme Park Wizard on any of those social medias, or email me at ebecker@winsoneasttravel.com. And you can check out my YouTube channel and become a member, because he gets some cool stuff, like maybe even be featured in a Web Shots episode. What?
Ooh. Absolutely.
But yeah, everybody, make sure to go down and subscribe to Theme Park Wizard. Awesome dude, creates great content. He's a friend, family of the channel. OG55, the man, the myth, the legend. Where can everybody at home, sir?
Yes. Well, here's the thing. Since everyone's watching OG55, they pretty much know where to find me. So I'm gonna say, everybody, if you have any vacation plans, you want to book a trip, you're looking to get tickets, whatever it is, book with Theme Park Wizard. I booked my Fan Fest tickets with him. Awesome experience. And our good friend, family here at the channel, Mr. Jay Shear, he booked his stuff with Mr. Wizard. So make sure you do that. I will be linking his email down below, the Winds of the East email down below. So check that out. And also make sure you subscribe to Mr. Theme Park Wizard on YouTube, because him and OG55 channel, we're very close to 6,000 subs, and there might be a little
celebration.
Yes, when we hit.
Also, if you check out the channel, check out the recent live stream, because OG makes a little guest appearance on the studio tour. He took the tour together, and they made a tour guide made a quite announcement about a 5-year expansion. Check it out, because OG and I heard it. We're like, what?
What? It was crazy. And also, it was kind of cool. There was this kid behind us. His mom taps me on the shoulder, shows me her phone, and says, "Hey, my kid's watching Theme Park Wizard right now."
It was like Inception. We saw ourselves on the screen, and we're on the screen. It was like, wow, what's going on? I feel like I'm in a Christopher Nolan movie.
It was awesome. Absolutely glorious.
But yeah, guys. So thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys enjoy this episode, everybody at home, and we will see you all later. Peace out.
Earthquake, look.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.